What's up, guys? Paul Macetta here with another bomb from the Street Persuasion playbook. Like I said, I will give you a free copy of a sample edition. Just click the link in my profile or in the description, depending on where this video is. So, today's lesson is that if you want to influence and persuade others, when you communicate with them, you have to express open body language. So what does that mean? Well, what most people don't understand is that we are still very primitive creatures, even in this day and age. You see, in comparison to the rest of the world, we're actually a pretty young species. We haven't been around that long in the grand scheme of things. And so, even in today's day and age, when we communicate with other people, that ancient reptilian part of the brain kicks into gear. And basically what happens is we begin to subconsciously assess the situation and the other person, and we want to determine if that person is going to be a threat to our time, money, energy, and resources. So if we go back tens of thousands of years and we go back to that day and age, right? When we would come across another human being and we were going to assess them as a threat, two things would happen. First of all, what kind of posture, what kind of body language would that person be displaying if they were a threat to us? So first of all, they would probably have their hands closed. Why? Because they'd either be holding a weapon or they'd be ready to throw a punch, okay? What would we be doing? We would be guarding and protecting our vital organs, right? So this transitions even in today's world when that reptilian part of the brain kicks in and you start subconsciously assessing whether or not the other person is a threat to you, right? And the same thing happens with you when you're communicating with them, right? They're assessing you. So first thing, you want to always display open body language. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to always use open palms when you're communicating with somebody. So there are certain context, environments, or circumstances where having your palms open might be inappropriate, and you kind of got to do your own due diligence on that and figure out whether or not it's appropriate. But in most cases, you want to have the palms open and exposed. You never, under any circumstances, want to have them closed like this. Even if you're in like a sales situation and you feel comfortable putting your hands on the desk like this, always put them like this with your hands open. Never sit with your hands on the desk like this. Again, because what you're conveying to that other person is that you're a threat to them in some way, shape, or form. Now, the same goes for you. When you're talking to somebody, you don't want to have closed body language because what you're telling them is that you perceive them as a threat in a certain way. So if you're talking to somebody and you're like this and you have your arms crossed, right? Really, what you're telling that person is that you are protecting your vital organs for some reason. Now, you might be thinking, Paul, this is nuts. This is all bullshit. I fold my arms. I cross my arms all the time habitually. It's just something I do. It's the way I feel comfortable, and I get it. So do I. But what I'm telling you is this doesn't happen on a conscious level. It happens on a subconscious level. And if you were to take a situation where you're the most relaxed, the most at ease, like in a state of bliss, like having sex maybe, right? Think about your frame of mind and how you feel when you're doing that, right? Do you have your arms crossed when you're doing that? Unless you're a fucking maniac? No, you don't, right? And that's because it's unnatural for somebody to cross their arms when they are completely relaxed and at ease. So, today's lesson is that when you are communicating with somebody with the intention of influencing them or persuading them, always use open body language, open gestures. That will convey to them that they are safe and they're not at risk of losing any of their time, money, energy, resources. Like I said, if you want a free copy of a sample edition of the Street Persuasion playbook, go ahead and click the link in my bio or in the description, and I'll send it right over to you. Have a great day.